Warning! This podcast contains amazing content
and strong language.
Don't swear.
I didn't swear. No one swore.
We're allowed to swear.
We're allowed to swear on this. Have you even listened to
Only
the
you're
other,
not allowed to
the
swear,
other
Ryan.
podcast?
Everyone else is allowed to
okay.
swear. Even the parrot.
Oh, you can fucking swear.
Yes, there
I'm
we
not
go.
this
Any
morning.
kids can get fly kicked off the page so they don't listen to it because children, no. They're annoying and expensive, as my dad would say. Hi, I'm Natasha.
And I'm Juliana Hopkins.
This is Back Catalogues.
This week we're interviewing the great Leslie. How are you guys?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Hey.
Yeah, we're good
nice,
too.
Nice.
Good.
So, can you all introduce yourselves and tell us just a little bit about who you are?
I'm Jason. I play the bass guitar and do other things. I guess. I don't know.
Sing?
I don't know.
You sing as well.
You do.
I
You
do
do a bit of
sing.
singing.
Yeah, sing. Do a bit of production. Bit of
You've
synthy
written a
stuff.
bit of synthy stuff as well.
Yeah, do a bit of that stuff.
Could be
Do a bit
super
of
varied,
this, bit of that. I'm just an odd job man of music, basically.
Nice.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Go on, Ryan. I'm Ryan. I'm the drummer in the Great Leslie. I also do backing vocals, amongst other things as well. But yeah, that's who I am.
Cool.
What about you, Ollie? Who are you? I'm Ollie, Ryan. I'm Ollie, lead singer of the Great Leslie, and I also play a bit of guitar as well. I don't do it very well, but I do it. Julien, who are you? Very honest.
My name is Julien. I play lead guitar, do a bit of BBs and some production as well.
Very nice. Very nice.
Very cool. So how did you all meet and how did you start the band?
Well, it started as we used to be just the Ollie Trevor's band, as we played with you, Juliana. I think, yeah, we did play with you a couple of times, yeah. And it kind of just developed since then to something else. I think it was the beginning, it was the first lockdown, wasn't it? When we decided to become more of a group than a solo thing. And yeah, the original guitarist I met at ICMP, and then we found Julien not too long ago, actually, before we just started creating all this new music. How did we get you, Julien? We met you before. We met you at one of our gigs, but then we put an ad out on Facebook. Before that, we met Jason, put an ad out on Facebook. It's all through Facebook, really. We met Ryan through Facebook as well.
That's
so it's not really that exciting.
That is exciting. That's
Really drama.
not necessarily exciting, but that's different. We've not had anyone on here that's put out a Facebook ad essentially and bought up their band members.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
So Julien, you were doing...
on Facebook, yeah. Yeah, I think I said this in another interview. It's essentially the modern kind of posters, like School of Rock, where they, when you see them putting up posters for a band.
Yeah, it's not in music shops anymore, it's just on Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Julien, you were doing sound for some of the Ollie Trevor's gigs before it was...
Yeah, I was
Great
mixing
Leslie.
a gig at the Camden Assembly and they were playing. And the gig went really well and we just stayed in touch. Then Sam posted something on Facebook saying, hey, we're looking for a lead guitarist, and I auditioned.
Nice. Oh,
Very
that's
nice.
cool.
Now playing Money by the great Leslie.
desires and tell me all your lies. Yes, I'm the one who's willing to compromise. You're having doubts, I know, I see it in your eyes. But help me, baby, maybe we can do it if we try. I know the distance is killer, but I would travel to be with you. It's instead of see you through.
What got each of you into music?
My dad, he's fully into 70s prog rock. And both my grandparents are both musicians as well. So I've just grown up around musicians and come from there, really.
That's super interesting.
Same as most people, I think. Just your parents love music and it gets you into music.
So were they all like playing instruments and stuff around the house and you got into it like that?
Not really. My dad only played a little bit of guitar, but he was so into like Rush and like 70s prog that that's all I would listen to when I was a kid, and like Peter Gabriel and like proper music. So it was, I was just brought up around it. And, my grandparents, my grandpa as well was a saxophonist, and the other side he was a singer.
Wow, that's super cool, being like submerged in it like that. That's interesting.
Yeah. So why did you go for the drums?
Yeah. Pissing
It's
everyone
easier,
off.
you don't have to learn theory, and you can just rely on your bass player to, fill in the gaps there for you.
You picked the wrong bass player.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that right, Jason?
He's the font of all. He is basically
He only played
the elder of. He's like an elder of music theory.
Oh, wow.
Fair
If
enough.
that music theory contains G, I'm in it.
Oh god.
So what about you guys?
I learned piano from quite a young age. My next door neighbour, I think but one, was a piano teacher, and so piano was my first instrument, and I learned that. But then, you're like, when you're like 10 years old or 11 years old and you start going through puberty, you're just like, piano is so uncool and nobody really wants to play piano, especially in like when I was growing up at that sort of time, everyone wants to play guitar or stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then, like, when I was in sort of year 9, I realised that nobody, like every band in my school, every band in my town wanted a bass player, but nobody wanted to play bass. So it was more like, oh, there's a bit of money to be made here. So I just sort of learned bass and then started enjoying it a lot more than piano. And then did a degree in bass. And then when I moved to London, and then pretty much been here ever since, other than a short stint in Poland.
Yeah, we read that on your blog.
Yeah,
today.
yeah, the blog on the website. You wrote.
Oh yeah.
You wrote
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, we read that.
You read it.
Yeah, we actually read it.
People read it. I've got
Yeah.
We're doing it for
3,
someone.
2, 1, clap.
we always do a little bit of research before we have someone on the show, and then people are always so shocked when we find, like, we
They're
come
like,
and we
"You
bring
know-
them
you know what we
information
do?"
online that they've put about themselves, and I'm like, well, yeah, we're not going to come on the show knowing fuck all about you and then ask you questions that we know fuck all about. Why would we do that?
Oh,
Well, we've had people do
We've had some absolute
That's all anyone else
shockers of
does, that's
interviews.
why.
we wrote a blog specifically to answer the question of why we're called the Great Leslie, because it was in every interview. And then so we wrote the blog, and then it kind of separates the wheat from the chaff, because then everyone who asks us, oh, so how did you get the name the Great Leslie? We kind of like, oh, you didn't read that blog. That's good. We know you haven't done your research.
Delete one of
You
our
can read our
questions
blog.
now. Just delete that question.
What are you gonna
Yeah, but like whenever we do that, we'll ask questions because the people listening don't know, like they might not know. So even though
that's a
we've
good point.
educated
Yeah, but they you can
ourselves,
send them to the blog still, though.
we're
right?
educating
Exactly.
everyone else.
Everyone read the blog.
We'll send them to the blog.
Yeah,
Get some
You
That's
want
it.
to know?
So So how did you get the number, Leslie? If you go to the blog on the 15th of March, we'll answer it there.
I think it was the 5th line down, 2nd sentence in.
3rd paragraph.
Oh my god, so funny. So, who else have we?
Yeah, so that's my background. Ollie, what about you? Oliver,
Tell us everything.
us.
I've been waiting for this story.
Have you? Do you not know this one? It's a good one, this one. So my parents, they, I was surrounded by music. I was surrounded by music when I was a kid, and I was always obsessed with being an artist of some sort, and music always stuck. You know, I always liked to write stories and poetry and drawing, all that sort of thing. But I started playing piano when I was younger, and then I had little interest for it, and then I started playing guitar. I had little interest for that, and I started playing drums. Because I had so much energy, that drums really kind of captures a young person's attention. So I stuck with that for a while, and then I went back to guitar. And I started singing whilst I played guitar. I was like, oh, I'm actually quite good at this. And so I just kept on doing that. But it was a good release for me, because when I was a kid, I still am, but I was noticeably painfully shy. So when I started to perform, people started to come up to me and talk to me. So I was like, oh, this is nice. I didn't put too much effort into it. And I learned how to talk to people. That was nice. But yeah.
That's good. That's
and I wanted to be Elvis as well. Elvis was my god.
Oh, I love Elvis. I swear he was my husband in a past life.
Do you still play a bit of drums, Ollie? Or are you over that shit?
I'm okay. I remember being actually rather good, and it was just felt natural. Now I go on it, and it's just, I can do stuff, but it feels completely unnatural.
Yeah, he's like a robot, like throwing, just hitting stuff.
Nice.
So, Julien, tell us about what got you into music.
Well, like everyone else, my parents were really into music from a young age. So I grew up listening to, Beatles, Zappa, all that good stuff.
Nice.
Classical. I think I have the same birthday as Haydn or Handel. I forget,
Really?
something like that. Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
My parents put me in a conservatory at the age of 3.
The age of
And,
3, that's
that was
really
good.
early.
Yeah, at the age of 3. So I was, just basically a toddler running around to classical music in the background.
Nice.
Yeah, that was it. And that awakened my mind to music, really, and pretty much shaped the rest of my life one way or another. I went to another conservatory in France when I was 8. And then I did Berkeley in Boston after finishing high school. And I moved to London, and I've been in the music industry ever since.
Very nice. Very
Nice.
nice. Do you miss being predominantly classical, or are you quite happy to sort of explore new sides of the industry?
No, I was very happy to leave the classical world. I mean, I was never that good at playing classical music. At the age of 8, I was playing Baroque harpsichord.
Oh, fuck. No.
It was something that I thought to myself, yeah, this is a good idea, and then as you're 14, 15, you're listening to Korn or Metallica, all that stuff, and you're like, why am I not playing in a rock band? This is so much better.
Yeah. Yeah. I
eventually picked up a guitar and never looked back.
Nice. So what music are you guys listening to at the moment? Have you got any favourites, any new music? What are you all jamming with at the moment?
Royal Blood.
Yeah. That one new song. Because I'm a big Royal Blood fan. I don't know. I try and listen to as much new music as I can. The thing is, I listen to loads of new songs and I don't remember any of the names of the bands or anything. So I'll look now and I'll tell you.
Go for it.
I really like Sports Team. Do you know Sports Team?
No.
But we'll
Oh,
listen.
it's so good.
Yeah.
There's a song called "Here's the Thing." It's such a good song. Who else? The Merchants, pretty sweet. Really like them. They're very cool. Red Rum Club. Have you listened to them?
No, Red
No.
Rum Club.
They're really good.
So many
Circle
bands
Waves.
to listen to.
Yeah, Red Rum. I know a band, Red Rum, that are like pirate Celtic metal, if that's your vibe.
That's
It's not the club though.
It's such a
Sounds like what you
saturated
listen to.
market, the pirate Celtic metal. All the bands are there.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
hard to make a name for yourself in that genre.
Exactly. Like, I mean, being from the Celtic
Them
side,
and Nightwish.
obviously wanted to jam with that.
I think there was only one more. Circle Waves is really cool, so you should check that out.
Yeah.
I think they did,
They're cool,
TPO Weather. Yeah, that's sweet.
Nice.
I remember T-shirt weather. Great tune.
Nice.
It is a good tune. I like it.
I know that I'm not really listening to new stuff at the moment because I'm working with a lot of people, so I tend to listen to my clients' music.
Okay.
Which is I'm doing mostly that. But at the beginning of the first lockdown, I discovered a really cool band called Ape Echoes. They're an Indian quintet, and they play this awesome kind of electronic hip hop stuff. It's really good.
Nice.
I highly recommend you check them out.
Who are you working with? Like, who is it stuff you're listening to right now? You can say that too. Like.
Well, I'm mixing a single for a 2-piece called Beasts of England, and it's a bit like a Royal Blood kind of vibe.
Okay.
I'm doing an album for 150 Friends Club.
Okay.
They're super cool. I'm doing a 6-track EP with Solar Parachute, who's a Parisian artist. And I'm also doing an acoustic 8-track EP for Sunny Dewfall.
All people I haven't heard, but all people check out.
Yeah, all independent artists.
Really busy.
Solar Parachute is signed to a label in Paris, but it's a small indie label, so it's all pretty much unsigned artists usually.
That's cool though. That's cool. We'll check them all out. All the ones you've said, for sure.
We'll have music for days.
Yeah, forever and ever.
I recently got. Sorry, the parrot. He's just saying what he's listening to. Oh yeah, they all like that too. I've just got some new headphones, which has made me have like a regression in what I've listened to, if you know what I mean. I've been listening to some old stuff, like the stuff I used to listen to, because you're like familiar with it, so to hear it like sort of with fresh ears with new headphones is really cool.
Yeah, I love that.
So I've been listening to a band called He Is Legend a lot.
He Is Legend, right? Okay.
They're like a really small band from America, but I think they're very sort of they deserve a lot of attention that they haven't got. They're a really, really clever band, and they're really cool. I'd really recommend listening to them if you haven't.
No,
He Is Legend.
He Is Legend. I feel like I recognise the name, but I'll definitely go back and check it out. But I agree with the headphone thing. That's always the best thing to do. Yeah.
I do exactly the same thing.
Yeah,
every time.
Especially like film scores.
Headphones.
Yeah. When you've got
Definitely.
film scores or classical music and you've got some new headphones, you always end up picking up another something you've missed out before, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
New instruments you never heard before as well.
Yeah.
I get that a lot with these.
But I've got quite an electronic background, so I've been going, like, whenever the sun's out, I always go back to, like, dub reggae or electronic-y stuff. So I've been listening to a lot of Gentleman's Dub Club.
Okay.
And like Fat Freddy's Drop and a lot of stuff like that.
Nice. Cool.
But then also, like, old rock bands from when I was, like, younger. So, like, Death From Above 1979 and The Bronx have recently just released some new tunes. So then I've delved back into their back catalogue and just sort of listened back to a lot of those guys as well. And also Go Go Penguin, who are like this jazz group, but they do really cool stuff. They've just released kind of like an album of people who have remixed their tracks into like electronic tracks, and that's really good. One of them sounds a lot like sort of Kiasmos / Oliver Arnold sort of vibes.
Very cool.
So I've just sort of been doing a lot, and also I'm just really into the Dua Lipa record at the moment. It's banging pop. Like at least once a week I'll try and find a new album that I've never heard and just play along to it in one go without learning it, and just to sort of see how quickly I can pick up a track and just keep fresh.
See if you can.
And someone recommended the Dua Lipa record because it was great bass lines, and it's so cool. It's a fucking cool record, man.
Yeah.
I really, really like it.
It has like some cool songs on there.
We were loving,
really well produced.
We were loving Anderson Paak and the Anderson Paak and Bruno Mars track.
Yeah, as well. Yeah, Anderson. Yeah, exactly. What's it called? Silk something.
Let me get it up. I remember.
But anything with Anderson Paak in is great. And also on Friday, I just delved back into like Bruno Mars live stuff, and his MD is sick. Whoever arranges all his stuff for live, it's just incredible. His band are really tight. Everything they do is really, really good.
Nice. We'll
it's
definitely
really good
have to check out.
exercise in stage.
Leave the door open.
Showmanship.
Silk Sonic intro.
Silk Sonic. That's it. Yeah, they're really cool.
Nice.
Leave the door open is such a good tune.
Leave the door open.
Oh, premeditation. Alrighty.
Yeah, man, it's so good. And Anderson Paak on drums. He's sick.
Yeah, he
he's
is
really good.
really sick.
It's good when you find tracks like that or records like that. You got a whole album and you're just like, fuck, there's no skips on this. Like, it's just so good. Like, I do love it when you have that. You obsess over it for a while and like, I do that. You replay them until you can't play them anymore.
The beauty of Anderson .Paak is you'll be listening to an artist you already love, and then you just sort of be like, oh, I recognise that voice, and then it'll be Anderson .Paak like guesting that. So Mac Miller did a track called Dang with Anderson .Paak, and it was just so good, and the horn arrangements were wicked. It's like proper hip hop, like hot hip hop with a live band with live horn stabs
nice.
Hip
Really
hop with a
cool.
live band is
Really cool
always
stuff.
so good.
I think anything with a proper live band is good, or like live arrangements are always so good, like horns and stuff like that. When it's done properly, you can just be chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Now playing Out of My Hands by the great Leslie.
I drink too much sometimes, I know it's out of my hands, out of my hands. I take the party too far, I know it's out of my hands, out of my hands. I can't be vain sometimes, I know it's out of my hands. When I'm thinking I'm big, I get naked too much, I know, but it's out of my hands when I'm stripping my rig. Oh, I don't think I should hate myself. Oh, I just think I need a little. I fall in love too much, I know it's out of my hands, out of my hands. I can't be a little full on, I know it's out of my hands, out of my hands. I tell lies also, you know, but it's out of my hands when the truth really drives. I've caused drama and pain and hurt, but it's out of my hands when they're packing their bags. Oh, I don't think I should hate myself. Oh, I just think I need a little help. Oh, just think I need a little help.
What's your writing and recording process like for your music with the great Leslie?
A lot of so I write all the lyrics, but we've kind of recently been writing more together. Sometimes I'll come up with like a skeleton of a song, bring it to the band, and then we'll kind of arrange it, turn it on its head, and it becomes something completely different. But yeah, the first release this year actually is something that we just jammed out together because I think I wrote in the third lockdown. I wrote about 9-10 new songs, and we picked we had one recorded already for this year, and then we picked another 4, and then we had to have one more, and we were like, none of these other ones are really cutting the mustard, so we just at the moment I was just so stressed, and Julien was like, calm down, we'll be fine, it's alright dude, and then
With the deep soothing voice.
and I was like, okay, cool, and then we just kind of just came up with this new track called See You Again. Well, they started playing some music, and then I went away and wrote the lyrics.
Nice.
But yeah, I think it's quite an organic process now. I think any ideas we have, we kind of just chuck at each other and go, what do you think?
See what sticks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think, as Jason said many times before, we kind of just write for the song. So it will just come down to us just writing a really good song, or a song as good as it possibly can be, and then going, does this really work, and can we change this to make it sound more like us, instead of trying to write around what we're supposed to sound like.
So,
yeah,
of course.
I was going
just
to say
about writing as much as possibly can, I think.
I was going to
And
just
See
say,
You Again
when you go.
was quite different. We already, because we like I said, we picked the other 4, and so then we kind of knew, and we knew when they were going to be released. So we knew that the last one we had to write was going to be the first one that we were going to release. So we then kind of were, in a sense, writing to a brief of kind of going, okay, we know when we want it to start immediately. We don't want it to build. We know we want to come back with a punch, and we know what vibe we want to have, and we know kind of where we want to go with it. So it suddenly became a lot easier rather than sort of trying to take a song. It was just kind of like, we know where we want to go with it, so let's just write it, and then I think musically, I think we've got the basic foundation of it in a shorter time than it took to actually play the track. I think everyone just kind of knew, oh, it's naturally got to go here, doesn't it? And then like the tightening everything up and the production side of it came a little bit later, but I think that was quite an easy one to write in the end, because we already knew what we wanted. We already knew what our ears wanted to hear. We just had to make our fingers do it, essentially, at that point.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting way to do it.
Yeah.
Actually.
It's good that you've got that down to like a T now, that you kind of know, you know what you want, you know what you want to sound like, you know what each of like, as you said, you know where it's supposed to go. I think that's really good to have that within a band. It obviously means that you gel well together. I think that's like probably one of the hardest things that you can try to achieve when you're in a band.
Yeah, and then you can experiment with new things. And
Interesting.
And it's also about not being kind of precious with anything that you're doing, because it's not over until you've finished it. So just write if you don't like it, or if you don't all agree, move on and do something else, or just look in it, come at it from a completely different angle, which is good. It's been nice, especially because before it was the Great Leslie and it was Ollie Trevor's, I was just writing everything and going, this is how I've been hearing it, this is how we should play it. And now I go and with these new songs, and they go, not really sure about that, and I was like, oh, okay.
Fuck you guys.
This one? Well, why don't we play this double time and cut that out? I was like, oh wow, I like that bit. But you learn to let go, and you just and you realise when it comes to the end, like to the end product, you think actually that was the right thing to do. But it's good to have those people that you can trust to tell you, actually, no, we don't want to go down this path.
It's always hard to hear that though as a singer-songwriter, like when you have a bit that you really like and you give it to someone else or your bandmates and they're like, no, I think that's the section we actually need to cut out, and you're just like, fuck you.
It
hurts, but
it happens to all of us as musicians. We will understand each other's pain when it happens.
Yeah, of course. And again, that's good. You can sort of grieve the loss quite quickly and then be like, moving on.
Yeah, it's nice to have a band where everyone has a say and like can
I think that's the best way to do it. Either you have where it's just an autocracy, where it's just one person says this is how we're doing it, and then the guys just play it exactly how you want it, or it's a complete democracy where everyone is completely equal, and that's the way we've gone.
Nice.
That's what it should be if it's a proper band.
Democracy is the way.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah, it is right here.
Nice.
Not in England. Not in England. Not
No.
it's gonna be ridiculous. In the Great Leslie.
No.
Yeah.
So, do you guys have
We've got proportional representation in the GL, but not in our government.
No. But we're not going to go over that.
No.
It's not that kind of podcast, guys.
It's getting
Jesus.
dark.
You're darkening the vibe.
Let's not get political, but fuck the Tories. We all know it.
We all know it.
Yes. We all just think it. We just don't say it. Fuck's sake.
Sorry, I think
we say it.
It's all too easy to say the Tories are fucking awful. It's really easy to say that, but I'm not going to do it.
No. Not me. Not this guy. Not this chick. Not on this podcast.
I'm going to stoop to their level. Not this guy.
Oh my god. I love it. I love it. So, do you guys have a funniest or favourite memory with each other in the band? Have you got one for us? Ryan does. Well, Ryan does.
Ryan.
I do, but I don't even know if I'm allowed to share it. Or if
No, you kind of have to now.
You've mentioned it.
It can only involve one person here.
That's alright.
I don't even know what it is.
So we were in France on like our tour 2 years ago now, isn't it? Yeah, bloody hell. Yeah. Basically we had got drunk and played a gig, and we had been sent back to our villa, and me and Ollie were in like next to each other in the car, and we were saying how we were hungry and we wanted to eat when we got back. But the only thing in our villa was this banana fruit cake or banana bread, right? It was like a banana cake. And then anyway, we got back in, and Ollie said he was going to hide it in the room so me and him could just eat it. And then when I went into the room, Ollie was naked in the room eating the banana cake under like his duvet, like hid under the duvet.
Oh my god.
Freaky.
Yeah,
It's funny,
and he was
it's
just there eating the whole cake. It wasn't like he got a slice; he just had the whole cake.
Oh god,
Yeah,
well,
funny.
that was...
My brother and his girlfriend were there, and I went out of the room for a second to look for Ryan, and he wasn't there. And Danny walked past, my brother's girlfriend, and I said, "Danny," she said, "Yeah." I went, "Come in here," and she looked really ominous. Like she was like, "Okay," and she walked in, and I went. She closed the door, and I went, "Wait there for a second," and I got the cake out. Do you want some cake?
What? There's just
Like, what
this
you did-
giant
what you
cake
did.
with bite marks in it.
Yeah,
Literally.
It was. And she was like, "Why are you naked?"
It looked like Pac-Man, but like been eaten.
oh my
That's
god,
so
that's funny.
Did you get a slice, Ryan?
I did. I got in bed with him and got naked too.
Oh, nice. Again, not that kind of podcast, guys.
Can you erase that?
No. That stays in that one. I'm amazed that he shared it with you. When you first told the story and you were like, he was just under the covers by himself, I was going to be like,
Well, he
sharing.
knew I was in on it, so we'd already planned it together, but he was just taking advantage that he had got to the cake before me.
Ollie, I mean, I was going to say, like, you know, sharing is stupid. So hearing that you gave some to Ryan, I'm quite disappointed, not going to lie.
It was a big cake, and I may be greedy, but I'm not that greedy. It was ridiculous. It was the big. So basically, the actual.
There's no justification.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. There's no point.
Oh my god.
What's the fucking point?
That's a good one. That was a good funny memory. We've had some.
It was a low point in my life. So.
Okay.
Where were
There's
you
a high
guys?
point in my...
Where were you guys playing in France?
It was all around the south of France, like around Nice and Toulon, and I can't remember it was basically my family have some friends who live in the south of France, in I think it's called Saint-Maxime, and they said they really love our band and they really believe in us, and they go, before we can't actually get you to do a private gig for us, we want you to come down to our house and do a gig for us, and we'll have a massive party and stuff like that.
Oh, that's
Nice.
so
So-
nice.
Yeah, so basically we organised a tour around that. So we went and did, it wasn't that many, it was like 3 or 4 gigs before this party. So it wasn't really a tour, but yeah. It's
that's so
something
cool.
just to say, yeah, we've done a tour.
Yeah, 4 gigs in France. That's a tour. Sorry.
That
but-
sounds
Yeah.
like me.
It was a really funny trip because I don't know why we did it, but we decided to drive all the way to South France in one stint, and it was a really awkward time in the day. We ended up
Starting at 9 p.m.
Yeah, we just ended up driving it through the night, and I remember it was us.
Oh.
It was Ryan was swapping with the then bass player, with the driving the van, and I remember if you were in the front of the van with the driver, you had to stay awake as well, just because.
Yeah, so they wouldn't fall
just in
asleep.
case they fall asleep. And I remember falling asleep. And I was like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "Are you awake?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm awake. It's fine." Like you've got the added stress of driving, even though you're not driving.
Yeah, you got to keep them company.
It was actually scary sometimes.
It was genuinely scary.
You
But it
can't
was
be a
great
shit
fun.
co-pilot. You just can't. When you're in the front seat, you can't be a bad
Yeah,
co-pilot.
you have to be in charge of the tunes.
In charge of rolling the fags and feeding them chicken nuggets if you get McDonald's. That's the way it goes.
That actually basically happened, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
That's perfect.
I'm always a co-pilot and I love it. I've got so good at doing it.
It was just when it got to like 5 a.m. and none of us had slept
Oh yeah, that's
for like 24 hours or whatever, and like you're still driving and it's pitch black. It's pretty scary.
dark times.
I remember playing Ella Fitzgerald on my phone,
Nice.
and you were like, this is way too calming. Can you think of
Try and
something?
wait.
Disturb, put Disturbed on. Put Pendulum on.
I got the system of a down on, didn't I? Something like that.
Yeah, you need something to get you going, like Slipknot.
Just trying to mush ourselves
That's
awake.
exactly what we did. I did a New Year's Eve gig in Chamonix. I think not the most recent New Year's, the New Year's Eve before. But we were staying in Les Alous, so we had like a 4-hour drive to get back. So we'd done this New Year's Eve gig. We'd already done an après gig in the afternoon on New Year's Eve in like I don't know, like Courchevel or somewhere. So we'd already done a lot of traveling. Finished at like 3 a.m. and then our loadout, because they'd closed off the town centre to vehicles. We had to carry all our gear like a mile to get to the van.
That's so bad.
Loaded the van up, and I had to drive like a 4-hour drive through the mountains back. So we finally got home at like 8 a.m. and we've been up for like 24 hours at this point, driving on like icy mountain roads. But on the way up, we just blasted Volume 3 the whole journey on the way back. We've got a singer in the back, and she hated it, but we were just sort of like, right, you're sleeping, we've got to stay awake.
Yeah.
Volume 3 is the perfect keep you awake record.
That is intense vibes.
Yeah.
So we've watched your music videos and they all have different themes. What inspired you guys for each theme? And we really liked the video as well for Stage of Fools with the dancers. That was really cool.
Really cool.
Stage of Fools. Okay, I suppose I've got to answer this one.
But tell us about all of them. I'm not saying just that one.
It's not really the Great Leslie though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Okay.
take that down. Because that was more for the our second EP as the Ollie Travers group. Stage. I liked that video. It was good fun. Most of the time when we're doing videos, we have an idea of what we might do, but my brother, who's our manager, might come up with some ideas as well. And then we've got a few directors who we turn to and go, this is the song. What are you thinking? With I Know You Know, that was completely my brother's conception. And I think it was just because there was a certain aspect of that music. I think it was because it was inspired by this scene in Peaky Blinders where they go down to London and they have a big fight, and there was the dun 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 dun, and that's part of the song, which I kind of stole. So it was that we wanted. No one tell anyone.
The word is influenced. You took influence from.
You took influence from it.
Now you got away.
Let's be honest.
Now you can steal. It's a homage to Peaky Blinders.
Exactly. It's an appropriation.
It was cool. I really liked all the costumes and stuff. Everyone was so well dressed. It was so nice.
They're so well done. All of the videos are.
It was great, but it was an intense day because it was done at Brasserie Zadel, which is like a really popular bar. So,
Time to eat, Ollie.
Yeah, it's time to stop eating, actually.
Time to stop eating. Stop eating at 8 o'clock.
Stop eating me. So that they are really, really busy. I think it was a Friday night it was a Friday day, and we had to end at like midday. So we got there really, really early. We had 4 or 5 hours to film, which for a music video like that was really no time at all. Yeah, so it was very intense. My brother was running around being really stressed, and I remember I had this suit. So you see me wearing a blue suit in the video, but before I've got a grey kind of pinstripe. No, it was a pinstripe suit, and but it was strobing on the cameras, so it wasn't agreeing with the cameras. You're not supposed to have things with kind of finer patterns.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit, what are we going to do? And the director he said, well, you have to go and get another suit. You have to get a suit from somewhere. And this is right off of, what's it called?
Carnaby Street.
Carnaby.
Yeah, Carnaby. And so Sam and I literally went running to Carnaby and just checking out all this bit, because it was so early. None of the shops were open.
Oh,
and I was like, fucking hell.
And it was at this... Wasn't it? It was before coronavirus, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was literally just before the first one. And then I looked at Sam after running around with him for about 45 minutes before shooting. I looked at him and I was like, you're wearing a suit. Why? You're the same fucking size as me.
Shut
I
up.
can wear your suit.
Did he get? Well, obviously he gave you it. What the fuck? Brothers and siblings sometimes they just don't think they should be giving you the clothes off their
But that
bloody
was
back.
lucky though. You're lucky he wears suits.
Yeah, for
I am
that
very
show.
lucky.
He could have been in joggers.
Otherwise, yeah, it would have been.
Wait, was he actually stuck? Was he in the video? Your brother?
No, he
No.
just.
So he just wore a
managed
suit. Class guy.
Yeah, Sam wears a suit everywhere.
That's
He's a
intense.
pretty class chap, yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
like.
you know another thing about that video. So we've got dancers in there doing Lindy Hop dancing, right?
Yeah.
And Sam wanted the whole band to practice this dancing
Oh my god, yeah.
so we could dance in the video with these dancers.
Oh my god.
And I was like, this is really not a good idea. I think we should not do it, or it should just be one person doing it.
Mhm.
And Sam's like, well, obviously then you have to do it. So I was like, okay, fine. So I went and had lessons, and today I was literally just doing my expenses, and I looked, it was £600 for these fucking lessons. And you look at the video,
Not worth
there
it.
are 2 occasions where you see me dancing, and it is just of my feet for a split second. And I
Oh,
looked at it, I went,
shit.
that's 300 quid right there.
Not worth it.
Damn.
You should just be able to freestyle.
£600 in dancing lessons.
And-
How many did you get?
How many
One.
lessons?
Yeah.
It's like
I
a
think-
course, isn't it? And he wanted all of us to do it as well.
Oh, imagine
Fuck
that.
that. No
I think about
way.
Nah.
9 or 10 lessons, but yeah,
Oh.
it was.
Sam
What a
is
waste of
ambitious.
time.
It's a no
Yeah.
from me. I'll just freestyle. So, do you guys have like a favourite venue to play at? Obviously, it's quite difficult now because of coronavirus, but from before, is there favourite venues that you, or a local venue that you've enjoyed playing?
When we played just before Corona, we played a couple of times at the Camden Assembly, didn't we, Ryan? Which
I
was-
really like the Finsbury as well. I really
Oh,
like
yeah.
the sound in the Finsbury.
Nice.
Well,
I guess
that's
as a drummer,
this guy
'cause-
right here.
The Finsbury
He's
is
the
a great venue.
Yeah, because when you hit a kick drum in the Finsbury, you fucking feel it. Oh, I swore. Shit.
You're allowed to.
Yeah.
Oh no, just
Oh,
Ryan
oh,
wasn't
Oh,
allowed
just
to.
Ryan. Oh, I forgot. Okay.
Yeah, the Camden Assembly is great as well.
Yeah, both good venues.
Actually, like so many people that we've had on have told us like that they love the Camden Assembly, so
Or it would
it's-
be their favourite to play as well. Yeah, we've had a lot of people.
popular among the
Oh,
musicians.
yeah.
I actually really like
venue.
that
Oh.
one in Hackney, Paper Dress.
Mm,
Paper
I don't
Dress,
know that
yes.
I really like it.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
got a
that's
really
so
nice
cool.
atmosphere, even though it's really small. The atmosphere
It's
is
a
great.
Twin Peaks themed venue.
Oh, Jude is
so-
obsessed.
Good.
Yeah,
I've
Twin
got a
Pe-
gig there in October, I think, with Jake.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Nice.
Great venue. I like the Lexington and Queen of Hoxton.
Nice.
Mm.
I think both
Okay.
those are really good.
Julien, you're a
Yeah.
sound engineer. What's a venue you recommend?
What to the like favorite venues to work at, or that sound good? or-
Whichever, just some local London venue that you like.
I'd say in general, actually, I'd echo Ryan's sentiment on Paper Dress. I think even though it's a bit smaller, the vibe is amazing. The staff has been there forever. It sounds fantastic. I mean, everything about that venue is really great.
Yeah, it's so cool.
And then yeah, the Finsbury sounds great as well. Camden Assembly was so great. You know, Camden Assembly might not be coming back. But
Yeah,
Yeah, we know.
So sad about it.
Sad,
Oh,
sad
yeah.
times.
But I have
No.
a good feeling that it is going to come back.
I think someone might just come
Hopefully.
along and you know pull them out the shite. So hopefully it happens.
that would be great.
Yeah, because everyone loves
I
that
hope
venue.
it
They
doesn't
can't
get
just
turned into
close it
flats or
down.
anything.
Yeah. I hope.
No,
it,
if it becomes a flat, if it
No,
becomes flats, I'll
it won't.
burn it
Burn it
down
down.
to the
Down.
ground and
Burn
then
it
buy it and make it into a music venue.
we're all in this together, guys. So I'm glad that we have a pack for that.
Here's a sneak preview of See You Again by the great Leslie, out on the 14th of May.
Can we go back in time? Can't remember all the things that we left behind. I know we used to laugh a lot, even though we would get caught. Can we relive the life when we used to go out every single night? Don't think my head can take that much, though I'm willing to try my luck. But time won't wait, it dissipates. It's so too long, my friend, but you know that I will see you
about if you have anything coming out soon that you'd like to tell everyone about.
We have a new single coming out. It's called See You Again on the 14th of May, I think. That's the first single.
Something like that.
Okay,
And
cool.
then
Oh, look.
every 10 weeks thereon, we're releasing a new single until, I believe,
Wow.
October or November.
Damn.
No, it's not every 10
So
weeks,
is
is
this
it? It's every 5 weeks.
Shit, sorry, not every 10 weeks.
Every
yes,
5 weeks we
5
release a new single.
Okay,
What?
That's why
Every
we
5 weeks.
Okay,
is a
that's
single.
amazing.
that's intense, guys. That's good. That's
That's
like
really cool. We'll have loads to listen to.
yeah.
Can't wait to
It
hear.
says actually the 7th of May in our calendar.
No, it is.
Yeah,
It's
but
been pushed back a
it's
week.
been pushed back.
Wow, who didn't update the calendar?
We're using
Sam, if you're watching this, you're in massive trouble. You're in massive trouble, Sam.
So we know who's getting named and shamed in this
Yeah,
episode, Sam.
Sam's getting ripped on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're darkening Sam's vibe. So, just very quickly, now that you've all plugged yourself, as we always love to do, do you have any advice for bands starting out? What is your piece of advice?
Don't do it.
We've not had that answer.
Yeah, there's
Start
already
now.
too much competition for us.
Don't do it better than us.
Okay.
That's good advice.
That's
I
good
guess.
advice.
Starting out.
That's mediocre
Terrible
advice, guys.
Just,
So advice for new people.
For
People
yeah,
just starting out with a band.
yeah.
Yeah.
persevere. Keep going.
Yeah,
Have
just
fun.
play. Just
fun.
keep playing.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice. Have fun. We've not had that one
Have
before.
fun. Yeah, that is the
Yeah,
point
you should
of it,
always have
isn't it?
fun. That's the whole point of playing music. I think it's why we probably all started playing music in the first place, is because we enjoyed it. You know,
Too
there was
fucking
enjoyment towards music. So
right.
Definitely.
Too right. Preach.
Yeah.
You
That
didn't
is true.
stutter. I like it.
That is
Yeah.
true.
if you do it to become famous or because you want to make a lot of money, you're just gonna end up disappointed. So just
Exactly. We've
Yeah.
had that before as well. You know,
That's true.
we've spoke about this, how we don't think it's the end goal for everyone to become like, but not a lot of people that I know in the industry or we know that have had
Yeah,
that
you-
goal starting out, that they want to be on the charts, be famous, be rich from it. You're just
Like,
going to end
you-
up in a
You
dark
do music
place.
because you love it, and then
Exactly.
I mean, obviously you hope
Because
for
you
the
can't do
best as
anything
well.
else.
But yeah.
so.
Exactly. Very nice. Hi, I'm Natasha Jenkins. You've been listening to Back Catalogues.
Yeah, we've been speaking to the great Leslie. You can find Back Catalogues on Spotify, Apple Music,
Facebook,
Facebook,
Twitter, TikTok,
Twitter.
Instagram.
Instagram, everywhere basically at Back Catalogues, or yeah, also email us at b2bcatalogues@gmail.com if you have questions or if you'd like to feature on the show.
And guys, where can everyone find you online? What's your handles? Plug.
At the Great Leslie Band.
Amazing.
On
Is that
all-
everywhere?
Pretty much all social media.
TheGreatLeslieBand.com, at the Great Leslie Band. They're all the same as where we could be the same. But yes, at the Great Leslie Band is where you'll find most of it.
Amazing.
Amazing.
We'll link you guys up, and we're starting a Spotify playlist where we put some music from each band in it that's featured on the show as well.
Oh,
so
awesome.
So we'll have your
people will
music
be
there
able
too.
to find you there.
And you can listen to other people that we've had on as well. So
Yeah,
share
Oh,
the
exactly.
love.
Some new
Yeah.
bands as well for you guys to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll share it.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, thank you so much. It's been really nice speaking to
Thanks
you.
for coming on, guys. It's
Thanks
been
for
great.
having us.
Yeah. Thanks
Yeah,
for having
thanks
us.
for
It's
having
great
us.
fun.
Not at
Yeah.
all. All good.
And have a great evening.
Yeah, hope work's not too shite, Ryan.
You too.
Lots of love.
Bye.
Thank you.
See ya.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.